Hello friends, this is Holmes, a first-time farmer over 50. Welcome to the homestead. So, just finished up working in another area. This is an area of chop and drop that I did back in August of last year. And there were several, I'm pretty sure they were pretty much all maple trees that had been cut down. Really not very big, 5-6 inch diameters, if that. And they just needed to be cleaned up. So all of the trees are gone. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's that area over there still needs to be done. But this area here, all the trees are cleaned up. And we still need to go through and do some work with the weed whip. But I thought we'd just do a quick walk through. And here's a pile of logs. It's one thing, I've got plenty of firewood for a long time to come. Built that stack of stuff over there. The way I build my stacks is I put down the upper branches first, and then I'll put on some of the bigger limbs or parts of the trunk if it's not a real big tree and it's not something that I would consider using for firewood. I'll just then stack the logs on top, and then they push down on the pile, and then I add more branches and more of the upper branches and then more logs later. So it seems to work out pretty well. Get a lot more on the piles that way, as long as they don't fall over, and we'll see that here in a minute. So this area here is all cleared up, and we got several more trees over there. We'll get to those here in a few days, and shouldn't be too bad, that area there. And then once we get that area there, then there's more far beyond that. Now if you can see way over there, there's a deer hanging out, grazing here in the evening, a little after 8 o'clock on Homestead Ridge, and that's when the deer like to come through. Alright, and then I think I mentioned I still need to do some weed whipping through here. A lot of seedling trees, some grasses and stuff. There's another pile that I made. This is water runs right through here, and this log here is doing a good job of slowing it down. And then I built this this pile here as another deterrent before the water goes down over the hill and into the wash. So that was strategically placed. And then this pile over here, also strategically placed, but not because of water. It's because of there are several trees in this area that need to be dropped, and those trees, when they drop, are going to go in that general direction. So I didn't want to put my pile out here and then have trees laying on it and making a big mess and just making life more difficult. So put it here. Now, if it looks like this pile has fallen over, it's because it did. Got a little bit too high, a little bit heavy on this side, and it tumbled over. But I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and we'll get back to it eventually, maybe. Who knows? But got a nice pile of logs over there. That was from a tree. That maple tree right there had another trunk about 3 feet up, and I had cut that down back in the spring, and it had just left it. So that was it, cleaned up there, that pile. So a good bit of this pile here is from that tree as well, and then there were just several others through in here. And I've got a horsefly bothering me. And then I got piles of logs over here too. Got all this area cleaned up. It's all looking pretty good. Oh, there's a deer right there. They're coming to inspect the job, make sure I did it right. So looking pretty good. That's looking up north, up the hill. So I see 3 deer right here. There's one right there in front of me, coming toward me. There's one right over there. And then there's another one back over there in all the scrubby stuff. Can't see it right now. Hello, Deirdre. Yeah, deer are very used to me. It's kind of amazing. I can run the chainsaw. They don't pay a bit of attention to it. I'll be running it, and then I'll stop and look up, and there's a deer. So, pretty cool. All right, so that's the update on where we've gotten so far today. And we'll do some more here in a few days, and so you can check back and see what happens there. So we appreciate you watching. Please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell. And we look forward to seeing you again in the future. But if not, we're going to see you in the pasture.